have guests?
This is my daughter, Seeming. She can be a little shy of strange. Why don't you run along now, dear?
Oh, okay.
Everyone knows Sino in our business.
Paimon is Paimon!
To be honest, I really didn't expect to see Sino, the lone... But even though you caught me, I'd still...
Why is that?
Everything, from the manufacturing of canned knowledge, everyone will try their best to defend this industry. And even if you manage to win in the end...
Everyone has their own reason.
Here's some tea, Dad. And for the guests, too.
Right. I forgot to offer tea to our guests.
Don't mention it. I should tell you that our tea tastes kind of bitter, but I put some sugar in to make it a little tasty.
That's my girl. Do we still have any sugar left? If not, I'll buy some more next...
Yes, we do. Okay. I'm gonna go have a rest now.
Didn't you say that everyone's in it for the massive profits?
Actually, my daughter was born with a chronic disease, so she has a relative... That's why she never really had any friends to play with, and why she locks herself up in her... As for me, I was just an average merchant. I would wait until one day, someone reached out and showed me a way to really...
Selling canned knowledge?
That's right. With all the mora I made, I could finally afford medical treatment for my daughter. Nothing made me happier than seeing her get better. There are many others like me. Smuggling canned knowledge might seem like an unforgivable I wanted to tell you all this so that maybe you could understand and change your mind. Please, stay out of this, Sino. Give us a way to survive.
Oh no. That means that if we prevent the sale of canned knowledge, his daughter will...
I must get to the truth. I can find someone to help treat your child, but I cannot turn a blind eye to the smuggling. These are two completely different issues.
I somehow knew you would. You'll find some goods I received just recent.
Whoa!
Yes, all neatly packed away. Small producers couldn't possibly support such a large quantity of goods.
Huh? Look! These seem different from the other knowledge capsules we've seen.
Yes, that would make sense. Wait, what's this? Yes, it's a Matra seal, indicating that I started to suspect that someone in the the pieces have now all fallen into place. With this Matra seal, no wonder they don't want me to investigate. Could I ask you for a favor, Traveler? Since all this canned knowledge came from the academia, then it's highly likely if we can enter the repository. But considering my current, you'll need to be the one who checks the records. I'll write a letter to Nabil, and he'll take you there.
Sure thing!
I'll also keep work. We can get more information on other dealers from.
Add Ash.
Hello, we meet again. Have you managed to find Sino? I read the letter, and
It's alright.
I can tell that he really trusts you. The research files stored, even I don't usually have authorization to. That's right. Granted, the academia is very supportive. However, some forms of research have proven to be so dangerous that the Matra, but some information may be retained as a record to warn later. Follow me. I'll show you.
The restricted repository.
Okay, since Sino is vouching for you, I suppose we can trust you. You may browse the information regarding the court, but I'd suggest avoiding any other research files.
So this is the restricted repository. I never thought I'd see the inside of it. This is a first for both you and me.
There are many who do not openly converse with others within the academia. But even so, even though he's no longer in the academia, the files are over there. Just make it quick.
Whoa, there's a lot to read here. Have you found anything yet? Huh, one of Sino's former partners.
His former partner? That would be Taj Radkani. But you're not far off. Mortada Radkani was Taj's only son.
What? Taj's son went to prison for researching the Court of Desolation?
Why do you sound so surprised? You're a Matra, aren't you?
It's just that they arrested him in secret, so it was never publicly known. All I knew was that Taj's...
No. Unfortunately, there isn't. You've heard about Taj, right? I know Nabil has. Every Matra knows him. I would say he's probably pushing 50 this year, which makes him one of the most experienced Matra. He is a man of integrity and honesty, and has made countless achievements. His reputation goes back a long way now. He used to be Sino's only partner. Taj is also skilled with the polearm, so the two of them used to practice together when they weren't out on a mission.
Ah, right. I heard Sino mention that before. But one day, Taj suddenly did... I wonder if it had anything to do...
Taj was already very well known by the time Mortada was born. So when Mortada came to study at the Academia, everyone had high expectations of him. He had to face a lot of pressure. Then he had an unpleasant dispute with his father, but they were eventually able to work things out. Not long after they had reconciled, Taj arrested his son and put him behind bars. He begged. Shortly after, Mortada slit his own throat with the pieces of a broken bowl. Since then, Taj has been periodically coming to the repository. He'll hold the files from his son's research with a remorseful look on his face. I guess that's why he...
I had no idea that happened. That must be really hard for Taj.
That's awful. Paimon feels terrible now. Are you okay, Traveler?
Wait, don't tell me you're starting to... Impossible. Taj would never do that. I mean, yes, he does, but this is Taj we're talking about. He would never do anything against regulations. Never.
But if you claim that the canned knowledge was originating from the Academia, then Taj is indeed a suspect. Because he was the only one who could have recently gone through research files about the Court of Desolation. There are so many files about those ruins that it would be difficult to restart any research, since the 7 original researchers were put behind bars. It's hard enough just trying to make sense of these files. However, if the files were made into canned knowledge, they could be understood immediately. By doing so, one could restart the research outside the Academia without anyone ever noticing.
But even so...
According to the legends, the treasures inside the Court of Desolation could allow someone to see beyond life and death, or even bring the dead back to life, right? So maybe Taj is trying to bring Mortada back. Though I don't really believe Taj would ever try to do something like that. I'm just telling you what I know. It's the job of the Matra to find the truth and track down criminals. Do you have any questions? If not, it'd be best if you would leave now.
Paimon's kinda confused. What should we do from here?
Oh, now that I think about it, Sino suspected that the canned knowledge was coming from within the academia, right? There's no way so many boxes could ever get through without drawing any attention. Maybe we could try asking people around the gate of the academia and see what we can find. Don't worry, Tosh. I won't let your reputation be tarnished.
Alrighty then, let's go ask around.
The criteria for certificate exams are straightforward enough. What it really comes down to is whether you are willing to put in the time. If you study and practice, then it's really not all that difficult. Just let me know if you ever find yourself in a pinch. I can help you out. The criteria for certificate exams are straightforward enough. What it really comes down to is whether you are willing to put in the time. If you study and practice, then it's really not all that difficult.
Excuse me, have you seen any large shipments of goods leaving the academia recently?
No, not that I'm aware of. Perhaps you could ask someone else?
Just let me know if you ever find yourself in a pinch. I can help you out. If the Arataki gang stirs up any trouble, I'll drag every last one of them back to apologize. Just let me know if you ever find yourself in a pinch. I can help you out.
Excuse me. Have you seen any large shipments of goods leaving the academia recently?
Huh. Well, yes, but isn't that pretty normal? The academia consumes so many resources each day, everything from cooking ingredients.
Right, but
That I'm not too sure of. The academia has goods coming in and out every day. It's like looking for a needle in a haystack. The academia has goods coming in and out.
Excuse me. Have you seen any large shipments of goods leaving the academia recently?
Huh? Why do you ask?
I'm just checking to ensure nothing unusual has happened.
Well, I can't say it's unusual, but I did notice something. There's a Kashar researcher who's been making frequent shipments recently. Dozen of large boxes each time, if not more. When I asked him about it, he said they just contained a bunch of old worn-out machines. The Kashar used to often sell scrap machines to traveling merchants, so I didn't really think anything of it. But he's been making a lot of shipments lately. There weren't ever so many outdated machines before.
And you didn't find that suspicious? Why didn't you report it for inspection?
Well, the boxes were stamped with a Matra seal. Why should I bother? Of course, I did start to wonder about the seal once, thinking that maybe they forged it or something. But you know what happened? A man named Taj came here and told me that he'd already inspected the goods personally and ordered me to leave the researcher alone. I couldn't question his word, could I?
Possible. There must be some sort of mistake. There's no way Taj would ever... No, I won't believe it. Taj is an honorable man. Someone must be trying to frame him. Wait, I know another Matra who works with Taj. I can ask him to let us speak with Taj.
As I've already told you, I don't have any way to contact Taj. A few Eremites showed up looking for Taj yesterday, and he met with them in his office. I was before I realized it, but Taj...
a group of Eremites? Could Taj...
No way. Taj is just like Sino. They're considered heroes among the Matra. There is no way that he would... Fine.
Hey, don't let it get to you just yet. We'll get to the bottom of this once and for all.
So, this is Taj's place. They're just...
Well, what should we do then?
No. Well, anyway, we're still not sure if he's the real culprit. Probably not a good idea to go in without permission. You're right. Even if... What's this?
It's a paper full of names written on it. Oh, and a map. Nabil, can you make any sense of this?
Yes. This is definitely... These are the transactions between Taj and some other people. From the look of the numbers, the scale of this smuggling case is absolutely massive. The whole operation involves more than 300 people, including dozens of celebrities. These are famous scholars, merchants, mercenaries. I have a feeling that Sino might be unaware of what he's up against. There's no way anyone could face such a large organization on their own. You're right. As for the map... If Taj really has turned... I don't want to suspect him, but I also don't know him very well. Maybe Sino will know what to do.
Alright, we'll give these to Sino and see. Let's go! Well, Sino?
Taj. From what I remember, he is a straight-laced man.
So do you think he's the one behind all this?
I'm still not sure. I cannot imagine how devastating the incident with Mortada was for him. Nor can... Whether it's out of love for his son or for other reasons. We have to see for ourselves to judge him. Or rather, that's right. It's clear that he had a hand in this case, yet he made no report of it. That's also why I need to see him. I must ask his reasoning, and time is ticking.
Will we find any firework materials in here?
Wait for my signal.
Close your eyes. To dust. Be silent.
Let's go gather some sand. Want me to come along?
do we have here?
Allow me to guide the way.
Let me down, Kerplunkatron!
Sounds good to me.
Don't tell me they did it again.
Let's go gather some samples.
Fallen leaves, adorn my...
Observe. To dust. Be silent.
All right, this'll do.
You are not welcome here. Beware the creatures of the night.
Every little bit counts.
Stand with me!
Time to go.
So this is the Court of Desolation. Are there really any treasures buried here? Oh, Paimon's kinda nervous. Could it be dangerous?
Don't worry. You'll be safe with me.
Close your eyes. Do you fear the dark?
Look! These walls have definitely seen better days. Was there some sort of fight here? Let's keep going and see what we can find. Go! Whoa, is it just Paimon? Or did that passageway just rotate? It's not gonna start moving again, is it? Either way, we should be careful. A passage! Hopefully that's our way in. That eye seems to be staring right at us. This place gives Paimon the creeps. You go first.
Observe. Close your eyes. Night falls.
Nowhere to run!
You on this?
That hurt!
Futile! Taj.
Ah, Sino. It's been some time since I've seen you last. I trust you are doing well. Seeing that you've made it all the way here, you must be on the cusp of wrapping up your investigation, I presume. Even faster than I expected.
That's right. This case is nearly closed. But the most important answer still eludes me. Was it all your doing? Smuggling the canned knowledge? The research of the Court of Desolation?
Yes, it was me.
Then explain why.
That's the difficult part. Let's just say I've changed. I've become a selfish coward who only wants to pursue his own interests.
I find that hard to believe.
Oh, really? Way I see it, every person will end up like me sooner or later. When you're young, you press forward, unattached, living solely for the justice in your heart. But as you begin to age, you start to become more cautious. You know many things are wrong, but still turn a blind eye to them. I was the same. I never questioned my actions until Murtada died. I could feel the justice that I once strived to uphold slowly crumbling in my heart. I was completely dedicated to all that I did, but as I grew older, I found myself feeling alone, miserable. Can you imagine what it feels like to not have the will to live, but not be able to die? Murtada was sent to prison by my own hands. I set myself on this painful path. I failed him as a father. But now I have a chance to make it right. A chance to reunite with him. The Court of Desolation.
Here lies the key to overcoming life and death. The power to even bring the dead back to life.
So, did you already find what you needed here?
See this door behind me? Behind it lies the treasures that I seek. I'm so close, Sino. If only you hadn't arrived now, I could already have...
Enough conjecture. What has happened is already part of the past. You cannot bring the dead back to life. In the end, the treasures you seek are nothing but myths and legend.
Since you're so sure, why don't you just let me open the door and see then?
No. I sense danger behind that door. There will be dire consequences.
I beg you, as an old partner, can you let me fulfill my last... Surely you get it by now. Doing your job without mercy will only drive people away from you. I'm the prime example.
I don't overthink things. If there is only one way for me to defend my principles, then that is the path I will take.
Seems there's no convincing you. All right then. Let's see if your polearm skills have improved at all. This power is mine. I will set things right no matter what comes.
Nowhere to run!
The night cometh.
Your strength.
You feel it, don't you? I'm stronger than you remember. I gained... This is only a...
Uh-oh. We have...
I won't let you open that door.
I wouldn't be so sure. I'm afraid it won't be easy to stop me now that
I'll do what I
still remember when we first became partners. Even after all this time, you still haven't changed.
You haven't changed either. You left that list of names and map in your house on purpose, didn't you? All of this was just part of the act. I had my suspicions from the beginning, but I couldn't be sure until we fought. If he really had changed, he never planned on opening the door.
What's happening?
Seems our time is running short. Let me make this quick then. After Mortada died, my spirit was crushed. For a long time, I was hoping this reality was just some terrible nightmare. I hoped I would just wake up and be able to see. That is when I was approached by someone who wished to collaborate and find the Court of Desolation. People from every walk of life are involved. They are relentless in their search, pouring countless Mora into secret
No wonder banning the research wasn't enough. A full-scale operation was already in motion.
I'm a flesh and blood human like anyone else, so I obviously hesitated and considered it. The thought of bringing my son back tugged at my heart, but in the end, I suddenly came to a realization amidst my suffering. The Court of Desolation, a place that once drove people to tragedy, was still. As long as this place exists, people will recklessly seek it out, just as Mortada did, generation after generation, regardless of the cost. Let it be buried beneath the sand forever. Once the Court of Desolation is gone, there will no longer be anyone obsessed with seeking it out. That's right. I acted as if I had abandoned my conviction, but that wasn't enough. I needed someone I could trust to bring the organization to justice. To add to the problem, the organization is so powerful.
So, you
Yes. I'm sorry, but now I am assured. Anyway, this place is collapsing. You must leave.
Wait! Aren't you leaving too?
His fate is already sealed. There is no life left inside him. He planned it all from the very beginning, risking being treated as a traitor to collaborate with them. Sacrificing your own life to
Regardless, I made a grave mistake by allowing... I was always so busy with work that I never made... Finding this place was his biggest wish. Since I'll be reuniting with him here, I can only hope he won't have anything more to hold against me. I'll leave all those people on the list to you. Sorry for all the trouble I've caused.
There's nothing to be sorry for. If you see Mortada, send him my greetings. Goodbye, old friend.
Dad, why are they so strict with me? I'm always the only one who gets in trouble.
Just leave me alone! Don't worry, I won't damage your precious reputation.
Alright, Dad. Let's start over. By the way, I finally found an area of research I wish to pursue. Why can't you show even a little leniency? Why?
Because we are Matra.
Huh? The Court of Desolation has...
Just as Taj said, that being buried in quicksand is to them. As long as their only goal is to make massive profits off of dangerous research. That's an opportunity.
We'll help too.
Thank you. But just leave the rest to me. So, that's what I'm...
Faithful offering.
On purpose.
Stand with me!
The wind knows me. Observe. Close your eyes.
Every little bit counts.
Another test subject. Suffocate!
One with nature.
The hunter becomes the hunted.
The wind knows me.
It's all yours.
You are not welcome.
Feeling lucky today?
The bond is strong.
One with nature.
All right, this'll do.
We meet again. Thank you so much for all your help.
Nabil, what are you doing here?
Convicts from the desert are being escorted through Caravan Ribat, so I'm here to keep an eye on things. This should be the last group of them, so I'll be heading back to the academia once they're cleared. The last few days, at first, the mercenary groups on the list were after that.
And?
Well, The Matra then moved. Some of them managed to get out of the academia, but still failed to escape. The scattered criminals were captured by Sino all across Sumeru. I even heard that someone was about to escape to Fontaine, but was still apprehended just at the border. Having more than 300 prisoners apprehended for interrogation has definitely shaken things up recently.
Is Sino alright? He didn't get injured, did he?
He seems fine, but nobody knows the real situation. He brought over 300 suspects to judgment all on his own. Among them were even some of our former colleagues. Not just the criminals are afraid of him. Even we start feeling a little nervous. But even if we start feeling all self-conscious, thinking if we've done anything wrong, we're still always honored to have Sino around. By the way, are you guys here to see Sino? I think I just saw him walking in that direction when I was on watch nearby. He was walking with someone I didn't recognize, and then before I knew it, they were nowhere to be seen. If you happen to see him, please send my regards.
Sure thing, Nabil. You be careful too. Don't let any of those bad guys escape.
Don't worry about me. If anything happens, you can find me at the Academia anytime. Farewell then.
If the Arataki gang stirs up any trouble, I'll drag every last one of them back to apologize.
Trying to single-handedly bring 300 people to justice must feel pretty exhilarating, but I can assure you this is certainly not the best solution.
I'm aware. However, I learned something unexpected during interrogation. Mortada had lived in his father's shadow all his life. After Mortada died, the organization tried to use toying with others' minds, treating lives like...
Fine, I understand. This is a type of trap I've been working on which uses plants. If thrown into...
Sino! Tainari! Oh, so Tainari must be who Nabil saw earlier! Are you...
That's right. Sino asked me to collect some medicinal herbs to treat a girl named Seamin. I also dropped by just to check for any injuries. He seems to be fine. And Sino, relax. We don't always have to look so serious, you know. Why don't you play more Genius Invocation TCG, huh? Kale has always been a little wary of you, and your stern expression certainly isn't helping.
How is Kale these days?
She's grown a bit taller, but her grades could use some improvement. She still made many mistakes on her last test, even after I had marked all the important content in the book for her. After some time...
Huh? You mean Kale is leaving Avidia Forest? What happened?
I've asked her to host some ad hoc lectures to teach the dangers of although we've apprehended all the criminals behind. So, I decided to ask her to work on increasing knowledge.
I will.
If anything else happens, the three of you can find me in the Avidia Forest. Take care.
I've already caught those who were even if some criminals did slip through our fingers, they wouldn't...
But what if...
It's still not time for me to rest yet. I've been thinking about what Taj said in the court. I just hope my own change will come slowly, so that way, those who see me as their superior, and those who are following in my footsteps, will learn courage from my example, just as I gained courage from my own superiors, and my partner. I'll be fine. I'm also enjoying my chat with you right now, you know. There are many things I feel many people want to go one day. I'll gather some flowers that grow in arid desert conditions.
It's been a few days since we still no news about Rarer. If only he was gone for good.
Hello! You must be the traveler in Paimon? Mr. Flynn has been looking for you. Unfortunately...
A wild hunt? Oh, uh-oh! Come on, let's go!
I can barely sense any Kuvaki at all. This...
Looks like his appetite truly is insatiable. As if the power of that energy can...
He's not seriously still getting stronger? What's his endgame here?
Ah, everyone's here already.
We've all been on high alert since we split up a few days back, expecting Rarir to strike again, but it's like he just vanished into thin air. That is, until this morning, when a ratnik found signs of wild hunt activity while out here on patrol.
And we're sure that who else? He's the only one who could pull off a stunt like...
Kuvaki loss has reached critical levels. Reikir of Solnari set to maximum threat level. Warning, unless de-escalation measures are taken soon, he will pose a...
Traveler, there wasn't a shred of sanity left. Nothing...
Yeah, didn't he shout out a bunch of names? Oh, Paimon gets chilled.
Last time we fought, we were already at a disadvantage.
Yeah, if I were him and I wanted more Kuvaki, I'd just take it by force. No point staying in the shadows. Unless something went wrong.
The other thing is, how does someone who's completely lost...
Beats me.
According to certain medical studies, insanity does not always entail a complete...
That actually sounds about right.
There are many unanswered questions here. Besides his name and title.
Exactly. And we wouldn't even know where I'd be willing to bet that even if we gathered together every scrap of intel in Nodcry, we still wouldn't find more than, like...
So, if we do nothing, he'll just keep getting stronger. But if we want to investigate him, we have... Last time we had Marionette and her big robo...
Well, I do have a little hunch about his next move. Somewhere like the Eye of Krati, or the Pillar of Embla.
A perfectly reasonable hypothesis.
I agree. We should split up. Right now, Rarir's goal seems to be gathering Kuvaki.
Wait, why Hisi Island?
If I recall correctly, you're...
That's right. Yes, it could...
Splitting up's always gonna be risky, but I guess we don't have much choice. And if we do run into
That's when you follow the third rule of treasure hunting. Run like the wind.
Didn't you say...
I don't know. Did I? Anyway...
Agreed. If anyone finds so much as a trace of Rarir, do not pursue him. Get out of the area.
All right, we'd better get moving. Come on, Anefa, let's go!
Any leads?
Nope. Diddly squat. No clues to where he might be hiding. It's like he's a ghost. It feels like we're sitting on a powder keg that could go off at any second. Oh, I hate this feeling. I'd rather face him head on than be left hanging like this.
So, you guys didn't find anything either?
Not loving the word either. How about you, Flint's?
I questioned a few Ratniki and eventually narrowed my investigation down to one suspicious individual. But by the time I got to his place, he was already gone. almost as if he knew someone was on to him. Either that, or he's just extremely cautious and doesn't stay in one place for long.
He's been biding his time for a...
No idea. Since regaining his body, he seems to have lost all interest.
All we can do now is hope that Aino and Anefa turn up some... Wait, he's actually here? I didn't...
No. Silver Moon Hall! The Lady Kutar might be in danger!
Let's get over there! Quick!
Why is he attacking the damselette? What's going on?
No time for questions. Stop him!
This is insane.
Yehuda, get Kutar out of here!
On it.
Look where your feeble light has gotten you. Now you shall plunge into darkness. Thalindus, soon I will find a way.
Watch out! Made it out of there alive! What's that guy's deal? How'd he get so crazy?
He's a threat to this entire nation. I doubt his strength could even be measured by conventional standards.
I have a question. When me and Anefa showed up, we saw him chasing after this lady like he wanted her dead. What was that all about?
We weren't there for the whole thing either. They were already duking it out, but...
Yeah, we didn't see how it all started. It all escalated.
Kutar, can you shed any light on the situation?
Kutar. Cross-checking database. I see. So you're the...
Wait, she's the moon goddess? Oh, no wonder she looks just like all those statues.
There are many reasons why people might worship the moon, and just as many why they might despise it. I've never met that person before, but there was no mistaking his deep-seated hostility towards me. Why he holds me in such contempt, I cannot say. But since he hunts the power of the moon, it's no surprise that I am a target.
Kutar.
There are many potential motives. For instance, you help the traveler escape his grasp. This could be his way of taking revenge. It is also possible that he covets the Kuvaki inside you and seeks to take it for his own. The list goes on, but right now, devising a counter strategy should be our #1 priority.
A counter strategy? But we don't stand a chance against an enemy like this. Surely our only option is to run. He's not gonna chase us to the end of the... No, I can't say that. Come on, Yehoda. This is serious stuff. You can't suggest we all just chicken out. Running is our only option. Huh? You seem surprised. But what other... Well, I mean, yeah, but still. It's not too late. I can distract him, so you have plenty of time to make...
Wait, what? You're gonna act...
Doesn't that make sense? I'm the one... A coyote doesn't stop for bypassers while it's howling. What is it? Look, the Frost Moon Scions have already grown accustomed to life without their goddess. My presence here is no longer...
We can't just roll over and let him get away with this.
Yeah, we can't just... Besides, she pretty much saved my life back there. If I just ditched her now, I'd never forgive myself.
We can't overlook that you have saved our lives multiple times now. To talk of returning the favor would be a little crass for my liking.
Riri's true objective remains unclear. Even if we were to sacrifice Miss Kutar, there's no guarantee he would stop.
But...
Kutar, I know why you left the Frost Moon Scions so long ago. They would make self-centered wishes, force you to accept meaningless offerings. If it were me, I might have walked away too. But I believe that time can change everything. After much reflection, I've realized that this was never about whether the Frost Moon Scions need you. Any relationship based on need is purely transactional. What I truly hope is that you'll choose to stay, not out of obligation, but as part of our family. You were born here, and now you've returned. Who knows? Perhaps it was the moonlight that guided you.
Thank you, Lauma. But my power is on the wane. Very well then.
Both times you saved us, we were transported across great distances in an instant. Is that one of your powers as the moon goddess?
It is. But I find it very draining. Rejected by the world. My power is dwindling.
What do you mean, reject?
The 3 moons belonged to the ancient bygone era in which they came into being. From the moment I was born, the world itself, the 3 moons are not one and the same. As the goddess of the Frost Moon, yet moonlight has a way of blending together. Each can reflect the other's glow. But this method of
It's the Wild Hunt! Even faster than we expected.
See how those wild hunt creatures are running away from us. They're likely just a scouting party.
Then what are we waiting for? Rash attack!
For the everlasting forest.
They just keep coming! This is driving me nuts!
The rear's closing in on us. We need to pick up the pace.
There's too many of them! And this time, we can't fall back on Kutar's house to escape! This goes on much longer.
Observe. Sight. Do you fear the dark? The night comes.
Leave this place.
Annihilation mode. Installation chamber.
Observe. To dust. The long sleep beckons. Close your eyes.
Forest, protect us for the everlasting forest.
Ultimatum protocol. Cleanup sequence initiated.
Done! Weather bomb!
silent. Beware the creatures of the night. Observe. Close your eyes. To dust.
By the frost moon of old.
What's the matter? Bit off more than you could chew?
Who are you? Uncle Varka! You're back from Amsvartnir? Whoa! You're Varka? Grand Master of the Knights of Favonia?
We could save the intros for later. Right now, let's get you all out of this hellhole.
Oh, is that...
That's the one. Come on, move! There's no time.
Wow! Where are we? This is so well hidden.
Well, that goes without saying. This is the Knights of Favonius' meeting place in Nodcry, and aka the Black Market of Intel. No matter what faction you're with, it's the place to buy and sell information. As an expeditionary force on foreign soil, working with them has offered us the most effective way of getting our hands on reliable local... Anyway, where were we? Folks from Nodcry should be pretty familiar with me by now, but I believe this is the first time we've met. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Varka, Knight of Boreas, and Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius.
You look way...
Well, I'm no spring chicken. Just not showing my age yet. Definitely feeling some of that back...
Another? You mean?
Yep. He wasn't nearly as strong back then, but he was still a formidable foe. I brought some of the knights along to give him a little surprise, but he saw us coming from a mile up. My squad took heavy injuries, and I barely made it out alive myself. We knew it might have been our last chance, so we staked everything on it. But still, it wasn't enough to stop him. I tried tracking him down afterwards, but he didn't leave a trace. Even in his unhinged mental state, he's as cautious as any trained operative. So, I decided to come find you. And as luck would have it, turned up to find you being ambushed by the Wild Hunt.
Is that why he's been frantically absorbing Kuvaki these past...
Maybe I'm part of the equation, but even if I weren't...
Note to self, Uncle Varka's strength rating...
I guess it's my turn to ask questions now. So, what exactly has been happening in Nodcry? Why has the Wild Hunt returned in humanoid form? And why is it after you?
That's a long story, but I'll try to make it quick.
Wow, I had no idea so much had happened. Sounds like you guys have really been through it. So, the Kutar is actually a Fatui Harbinger. And all this Wild Hunt activity in Nodcry is the work of the Raker of... that's a lot to take in.
I'm truly sorry, Mr. Varka. You stood with us against the Wild Hunt, and did everything you could to stop it from escalating into a full...
You've got nothing to apologize for, Miss Moonchanter. You can plan 100 steps ahead and still slip up. That's just life. No one knows what tomorrow holds. You can't predict which way the wind will blow next. And, to be perfectly honest, I can't say I'm surprised. For all the times we've defeated the Wild Hunt in the past, we've never been able to completely wipe it out. But now that a new variable has come into play...
A new variable?
Who else? And in a strange way, I think his resurgence might not be an entirely bad thing. That said, while Aino was explaining everything just now, some of the points that Mr. Flint's added caught my attention.
You mean about our mystery ally?
That's right. From what you've said, not only did they lead you straight to some key files, they also shielded Hisi Island from a lethal Kuvaki blast. I don't know who or what could pull something like that off.
I hadn't heard the story about those files. Would you mind repeating their titles for me?
Wild Hunt Phenomena Log, a Nodcryan Ratnik's Field Journal, and Kuvaki Survey Log.
Oh.
Another dead end. Guess all we can do now is hope that our mystery ally keeps showing up when we most need them. Still, it's safest to assume they won't be intervening again. From here on out, we'll have to resolve this crisis by ourselves. Your intel also explains something else I've been wondering about. The reason I led my team to Amsfarnir was because we'd had reports about a possible source of the Wild Hunt showing up there. But once we looked into it, it turned out to be a red herring. I don't know who was behind it, but clearly, it served its purpose. I doubt it's by chance that he happened to make his comeback while my attention was diverted. And from everything you told me, it sounds like his scheming began well before his return. So maybe luring me away was all a part of his plan. But is it even possible that he orchestrated all of this by himself? The Moon Maiden and the Raker of Solnari, Nodcry of all places. The way everything is unfolding, it can't be a coincidence.
So, what do we do now? Got any ideas?
Right now, we've got at least 3 things to consider. Let's go through them one by one. First, we need to figure out how to take down Rerir. If we can't beat him in a straight-up fight, the rest won't even matter. To my knowledge, the bulk of Nodcry's fighting force is already gathered here. But even with everyone united, we're still no match for Rerir in his current state, let alone with his power still growing.
What if there was a way to tap in?
How so?
Have you thought of something, Columbina?
3 moons once watched over this world. The Eternal Moon was the largest. The Frost Moon was the brightest. And the Iridescent Moon was the most mysterious. They say that back then, the 3 moon goddesses wielded immense power. Enough to shape the workings of the world itself. I now bear the Frost Moon's power, and the Eternal Moon's marrow resides within the Traveler.
Hold on. Are you suggesting?
The iridescent moon?
That's right. If we can find the
3 moons are said to stir the...
According to my analysis, the solution is feasible. However...
I know a way, but... we will need to visit the Fatui's Experimental Design Bureau.
The Experimental Design Bureau? Are you saying we need to involve Marionette?
Yes. I must speak with Sandrone.
It's a long way from here to the Experimental Design Bureau. There's a high chance you'll be spotted. You shouldn't go alone.
Then that's settled. Next up, our second priority. Somehow, we need to figure out Rerir's end goal. As you saw for yourselves, when he was still in his Wild Hunt form, everything he did was for the sake of recovering his body and resurrecting himself. His first act since then, after laying low for a while, was to try and assassinate this young lady. People's obsessions often reveal their greatest vulnerabilities. There must be a reason why he despises the moon so deeply. Perhaps it sheds some light on his title, the Raker of Solnari. The Wild Hunt has plagued Nodcry for centuries now. If we want to stop it for good, we have to get to the root cause of what's driving it.
It's true. We still know very little about him. If Kuthar hadn't given us that lead, we wouldn't even know his name.
But where would we even start? I doubt even the Intel Queen of Nodcry has a clue, and she has info.
Oh? That's a rather hasty conclusion for someone who's so painstakingly meticulous.
Ah, she heard me.
Boss! What are you doing here?
I'm now asking myself the same question. I received a letter from a humble knight of Favonius, requesting a meeting to discuss a major business deal.
Details. Miss Neffer, the important thing is that you've arrived at the perfect time. Since his failed ambush, I've been racking my brains trying to come up with a plan to fight Rerir. Given the severity of the situation, I think it's fair to say that our only chance lies in uniting as one. And I'm talking all the factions in Nodcry. We can't do this without the Curatorium, but I knew it'd be a tough job to win you over. So, I took the liberty of reaching out for a little chat.
Wait a sec. How did you even hear about this place, Nefer? Didn't you say this is meant to be the Knights of Favonius' meeting spot?
You really think he could have gotten settled in Nodcry without my help? Besides, I'm the one—
Allow me to introduce the current head of the Northern Intelligence Network. If it's intel you're after, she's your woman.
Please spare me the flattery. Let's cut to the chase. Seems like you've run into some trouble, huh? Well, this certainly qualifies as an unforeseen crisis.
So you're just going to sit this one?
Why should I get involved?
What if we told you we can't do this without—
Oh? Then I'd say—
I can't put a price on something like this. If you insist on compensation, I will pay you. Consider this a form—
You just don't give up, do you? Too bad. I know you well enough to know you can't afford my prices. The riskier the job, the more it'll cost. And a Moonchanter's stipend isn't exactly generous. Unless you're planning to start passing the
boss, just a thought. Things got really dangerous during the fight with Rerir. If this girl hadn't saved me, I'd be ley line fodder, but if there's any way we can—
This is why I'm always telling you never accept favors. They are the hardest debts to repay. You have to be careful who you get involved with, or you invite all kinds of misfortune. Very well, Yehoda, I will help. Flins, that fragment that Rerir was after, do you—
Of course.
Let me borrow it. I need it to follow up on some leads.
Wait, you—
Shh. This is top secret information.
I get it. We all have things we'd rather keep to ourselves. And that brings me to the third and final item. We need to find a way to distract him. I'm in for this part, no matter what.
Count me in too.
Come off it, you two! Quit playing heroes! I'm way ahead of you here. And Nefa did a scan of the Moon Goddess's Kuvaki signature, and once they're ready, we'll deploy the decoys across Nodcry. So as long as the rest of you keep moving, he won't catch on to your scent.
I like it. Genius idea.
No biggie.
All right then, we'll split into 3 teams. Once your team has finished their mission, return here and wait for the others. Dismissed!
Lady Damselette. Wait, and you two? What are you doing at the Kuvaki experiment? We've been doing our best to mind our own business lately. But if you're just gonna waltz up here like this, you're seriously pressing your luck. Don't blame us for doing what we have to.
Huh! You really think that's gonna scare us off?
We're not looking for any trouble. I just want to see Zandrone.
Do I need to remind you that you're still a wanted fugitive for deserting us? Out of consideration for our former ties and the crisis we're all up against, we'll let you leave in one piece. But don't even think about trying to get inside.
Let them in.
But...
Are you going to make me repeat that?
No, my lady.
Zandrone seems to be in a good mood. Must be maintenance day.
So tell me, to what do I owe the honor this time? Actually, before you answer that, just so we're clear, we're not colleagues anymore, Columbina. I don't owe you anything.
I promise it's nothing big.
It seems like you've gotten the wrong idea here. The only reason I let you in was because I was bored. It seemed like a way to kill some time and whatever miscalculations I may or may not have made in the past, I haven't lost the plot enough to even consider.
I'd like to speak with Arlecchino.
What?
Huh? You mean the knave?
I'd like to speak with Arlecchino. Is she in Nodcry?
No, she's not. Once the work on this facility was completed, she went back with the Rooster and Regrator. The only ones in Nodcry are me and... What is it you need to speak to her about anyway?
Rerir is hunting me. If I'm going to face him, I must first retrieve the lost moon. Is that a no, then?
As if I need reminding. I was this close to settling things with him before someone decided to whisk me away to their weird little garden.
Have you held any tea parties lately?
Tea parties? Yeah, obviously. You don't seriously think we'd pack it all in just because you aren't here. If anything, they've been more eventful than ever. Just me, Arlecchino, and a bunch of insolent, insensitive guests who won't stop asking where you've gone.
I bet you served them the worst tea you have. Just like you used to do to me when I upset you.
Who cares about how good the tea is when there's no one around to drink it? I keep losing people. First Rosaline, now you. I'm running out of people who can make me laugh. Honestly, what could be more ridiculous than a multi-centenarian goddess who's only ever had the plain herbal tea she received as offerings?
You'd always brew a different type of tea for me each time. Was it really just to see how I'd react?
Well, duh. Why else? Watching you squirm was practically my only form of entertainment. Oh, yeah. And Capitano sometimes used to bring Tartaglia around, too. But I guess we won't be seeing him again. Well, I guess we are overdue for a get-together. Polonia! Have Febronia pass a message to Arlecchino for me. It's time for tea. Will suffice.
Pass along a message for me, too, if you would. My body cannot contain the marrow of 2 moons.
Excuse me? Who said you were on the guest list? Back when you were under the Tsaritsa's protection.
No, but that protection didn't come for free. In fact, I paid dearly for it. I just got tired, that's all. I never wanted any part in their grand ambitions, and I've had enough of being treated like a bottomless supply of power. It brings back memories from the old days, when I was still worshipped as the moon goddess. Centuries on, it may be a different group of people.
I figured you'd leave eventually. You didn't have as much. The Tsaritsa gave you shelter and protection, but that was it. Nothing more, nothing less. Meanwhile, the Fatui demanded everything from you in return, until it was more than you could bear. I get why you left. And frankly, I have no interest in dragging you back just because the higher-ups told me. But if you keep hanging around with this riffraff, the next time we cross paths... that might be your... Huh? Listen.
My lady, it's the Wild Hunt! A horde of
Another uninvited guest trying to crash my tea party. Clear the area! I'll handle this.
Wait, what? You want us to leave you here by yourself?
Huh, you'll be lucky to make it out of this alive. Go on, get out of here. You may have stopped Polonia from crushing him last time. Stay and watch if you want, but it'll be at your own risk. You're not flagged as friendlies in the weapon system. Don't tell me what to do! Look, if you're leaving, make it quick. Stare all you want, Columbina. You're not getting—
I know. But thank you anyway.
This is exactly why you shouldn't hang around with those people. Come on then, Mr. Ray here. Let's pick up where we left off. It's your Wild Hunt monstrosities versus my beautiful creations. Let's see who comes out on top. Paulownia! Get him!
I've upgraded Paulownia again since our last encounter, and uploaded every last scrap of your data. So let's finish this once and for...
She's not worth it.
Hey! Over here, you big...
Cursed moon. Go. Keep searching. She cannot have gotten far.
So this is your method for investigating.
Good deduction. But it's quite a different affair from what you're used to with the Frost Moon Scions.
Whoa! First time I've ever been in here. Boss always said it was off limits, so I pictured some kind of creepy dungeon. But it's actually kinda nice. Oh, I guess this must be Sumero decor? That's where Boss is from. And that nice shopkeeper who sold me my treasure compass.
I'm not sure exactly what you've got planned.
Whenever we wish. But for some reason, I've never faced Rerir myself. But from what I, on the other hand, am just an ordinary businesswoman. Our paths should...
If you ask me, you're about as far from ordinary as it gets. So what are you saying? You're getting...
Once I take a job, there's no backing out. And also how to make sure I come out of this alive if death is the one thing we can take for granted. It is the great equalizer, however...
Come on, boss. Lighten up. Quit talking about death. It's bad luck.
For once, I agree with you. When you're up, is there anything I can do to help?
That won't be necessary. I've already made up my mind. Time to cash in a precious... That shady merchant who sold you an overpriced
Come on, boss. You're pulling my leg again. In what way is she shady? She showed up when I was completely lost and sold me a neat little gadget that was exactly what I needed. Anyway, I know who you're talking about. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back.
Quit grabbing me! I genuinely can't run any further!
Hey!
What is it? What's the big rush? You dragged me out of a dream where I was literally swimming in Mora!
I'm charging double my usual attendance fee.
See, look how easygoing she is. After that rude awakening, she could have completely snapped at us. But instead, she kept it together and just asked for an extra fee.
Dori Sangama Bay? I never would have pictured you two doing business together.
If you want to make it big in Nodcry, it's all about connections. Lady Nefer just so happens to have a lot of... It was back when I first arrived in Nodcry. My trusty assistant, the genie in my lamp, had an ad... And wouldn't you know it, that's when I suddenly find myself in a life-or-death situation. Good thing my compatriot was there to swoop in and save the day. I've been giving her a 30% discount off all of my goods ever since. Now, so that plus any other friends you send my way will enjoy 10% off. What can I say? The great Lord Sangama Bay is nothing if not generous. So, let me guess. You've run into some trouble? I've got everything you could possibly need. And the more you buy, the more you'll save.
You guessed correctly. What have you got in the way of survival gear?
The one type of gear I've never been short on. What are you looking for? A jetpack fresh from the Academia's labs? An ancient suit of armor, dredged up from the bottom of the sea? At the very least, I need to know what kind of opponent you're dealing with here.
What if I told you it's someone with the power?
Is that so? Then we really are talking top-shelf treasures. I don't have anything like that in stock right now. I'll have to ask my supplier.
You're...
A powerful woman, make no mistake. I can't reveal her identity, but if you're willing to wait, I can ask her when she's here.
Then, let me put it another way. What would you do if you encountered an enemy like that? Roll over and serve yourself up on a silver platter?
Of course not. I have a handy little trinket from one of my generous suppliers, which... Hold on. What exactly are you getting at? No.
Let's just say I'm borrowing. Favors are the worst kind of debt to owe, and now you've got to...
Fine. You can borrow it for 5 days. No, make that 3. And for every extra hour after that, I'm charging you 1,000,000 mora. Deal?
Deal.
What a way to start the day. Now, was there anything else you wanted? Or can I go back to bed now?
That will be all.
See you later! You're my favorite shopkeeper!
Excellent. Everything is well and truly ready. After initiating the ceremony, your minds will follow me wherever I go. You will see many strange things in your mind's eye. So remember. Now then, let us peer into the Raker of Solnari's past. I made it. I don't recognize this style of architecture. Must be Conrian. Simple furnishings, table and chairs. It's a more ordinary house than I might have expected. Looks like the fearsome Raker of Solnari came from surprisingly humble beginnings. Unless this passed for luxury in Conria. Unlikely. It was said to be a very prosperous nation in its heyday. Anyway, I'll keep exploring.
Hi, Rivier. Since you're working extra hours tonight, I thought I'd keep myself busy by checking out that new kebab shop. I've heard good things about their menu. I'll test it out, and if it's as good as everyone's saying, let's go back together sometime. P.S. New stash from the Universitas Magistrorum. I brought some goodies home. A few teacups and a pin rack. Hope you like them.
They didn't sign their name. But they must have been close. Sounds like they were living together.
I went over to Joseph's for drinks today. They have a fine collection, but I went alone. Felindis was tied up with something and couldn't make it. Joseph asked why I came alone, but I didn't really have an answer. He then went on to ask about if he invites me again.
Felindis. That's the same name Rerir mentioned.
Grain imports keep falling. If things don't pick up, we'll soon be back to meat and mushrooms only. Honestly, I'm not a huge fan of that new type of mushroom everyone's been into lately. Didn't it start out as a lab-grown variety? I heard it's even mildly corrosive. Seriously, why would you even eat something like that? I don't care if it's an impressive feat of alchemy. That just isn't the kind of thing I like to eat.
Grain has to be imported, and they're eating a diet of mostly meat and mushrooms. Could it be because Conria is underground, so it doesn't get much sunlight? That would explain why they use so much stone in their buildings. They even use alchemically modified strains for food. Seems like the people of Conria don't have many options when it comes to dining.
I've just about saved up enough now. Time to buy it and keep it somewhere safe.
Making a big purchase. I wonder what it is. He really is a professional. No wonder he's so good at covering his tracks. Despite what he's become. Did Rary rip it out himself?
Before I met you, I was convinced that my heart was nothing more than a stagnant pool. The burial place of a fallen moon. A withered, windless grove where the waters rested forever unrippled. It was you who helped me see that my heart hadn't entirely withered away. That it could still beat to the rhythm of love.
This is just trivial sentimentality from the looks of it. The burial place of a...
Revere! Over here!
Dane! Oh, and, Vedaflin here? What a surprise to see you here, sir.
Hello there, Revere. You need not address me so formally outside of court. He doesn't get that much free time, so I invited him over for a drink. Even the court prophet deserves a break every now and then, right?
Well, I'm flattered.
So, what are we discussing today?
Hey, don't look at me. As far as I see it, we don't need an excuse to have a few drinks.
Come on, don't give us that. Didn't you say you were about to pop the big question? How's that coming along?
Who'd have thought the great Twilight Sword was an even greater gossip?
I just didn't expect you to be the first one to settle down and get married, that's all.
Yeah. If you told me that a few years ago, I wouldn't have believed you either.
So, are you planning to come clean about your job then? I'm guessing you still haven't told her.
Sure, I'll have to tell her at some point. But I'll need to pick the right time and place. To be honest, I have no idea how she'll take it.
Come on, stop being such a pessimist. For all you know, she could be thrilled. I bet she'll be much more impressed by your actual job than the one she thinks. A member of the King's Guard. Quite the cover story. Does the king himself even know?
Of course he does. Anyway, enough about me. How have you been?
Me? Same old, nothing much to... Huh? What's up, Ved? It's nothing.
Vedaflin, Dainsleif's elder brother. Renowned throughout the court of Conria as the Visionary. And said to possess a wisdom far beyond the... And yet, despite the... Does he even know me? Does he see me as a friend of his brother? Or why did he react so strongly? Was it...
Brown, curly hair and brooding blue eyes. So perfectly normal. No different from anyone else. As frightening as this monster is in the present, there's something even more unsettling about seeing the human he used to be.
Felindis? You're back early?
Our equipment's being serviced today, so I got off earlier than usual. How's your day been? Aw, why the long face? Is something the matter? Has your boss been giving you a hard time again?
Went for a drink with Dane and the others after work.
Isn't that a good thing?
Vedaflin showed up today, too. You know, Dainsleif's older brother.
Ah, Mr. Vedaflin.
Yes, I've heard of him. They say that everything he says ends up coming true.
He overheard Dainsleif mention that I'd recently proposed and seemed to have an issue with it. But when I asked what it was, he kept it to himself.
So, you're worried? You can be such a child sometimes, Revier. We're nobodies. Why would the visionary be concerned about us? I'm sure someone in his position has much bigger fish to fry.
Maybe you're right.
You worry too much, Revier. We've been together for ages now, and everything's been going so well, has it not? You've even proposed to me.
So, you do remember. Tell me then. What's your answer?
Like I said, I need some time to decide. You can't just rush into things like this. We may be nobodies in the grand scheme of things, but if we want things to work out, we've still got to plan ahead.
All right. Take your time. Just don't keep me waiting forever. Nobodies. Sounds about right. In the eyes of people like Vedalfnir and Dainsleif, what do we matter? Can someone whose gaze is so fixed on a far-flung future even see the present clearly? Besides, the dynasty's fate rests with the king and his inner circle. Meanwhile, every idea they come up with and every decision they make, it affects everything. These days, the king is lost in his research, and the purge of the Crimson Moon bloodline grows ever more intense. The opposition tried to speak out, but nothing came of it. And I'm under no illusions as to why. Because we eliminated them and got rid of their bodies. A man can have 1,000 reasons to carry a sword, but there are few good excuses to use it. Yet the king has never even... What becomes of someone who kills on another's behalf? Can he ever find true peace? Thalindis, It's nothing. You were right. Fate has never smiled upon nobodies like us. But by the same token, it's unlikely to bear a grudge against us either. There's no reason we can't keep living happily together, cherishing the simple joys of each day as they come.
See? You just need to stay positive, Revier. I can feel your warmth, your breath. You're right there, right by my side. Just seeing you makes me happy in a way I can't explain, and that's something that no one could ever take away from me. So smile, my love. Let go of that frown.
You're right, Thalindis. I've just been overthinking things.
That's better. Getting caught up about things like this will only ruin our evening. Speaking of which, all set for the ball tonight? I need to go get ready.
You go ahead. I just have a few things to take care of, then I'll come join you.
Even busier than the big shots, huh? Fine, I'll go get started. But don't be late. If you keep me waiting too long, I won't be a happy bunny.
Relax. I'll be there. Seriously, though, you drive a hard book.
Well, that goes without saying. I already told everyone I'd be coming with a dance partner. Besides, they're two completely different things. Let's take it one thing at a time.
All right. White outfit it is.
It seems like Rerir was deliberately hiding his ties to the intelligence services. He clearly doesn't want his would-be fiancée to know about his other life. Then again, that's hardly surprising. Who'd have thought we were in the same line of work? Let's dig a little deeper.
Our last operation was a resounding success, and all thanks to you, Ray here of Solnari. In total, we apprehended 32 dregs of the Crimson Moon, and 67 accomplices.
After all these years since the dynasty's fall, so many.
Indeed, it cannot be denied. Yet it was destiny that the Crimson Moon should be overcome by the eclipse, and that His Majesty, the all-seeing Vinster King, now Conria has no further need for a dead moon. See the truth.
That's not entirely true. Many of its secrets remain unsolved to this day.
You still haven't told her what you really do.
Where would I even start? How do you tell someone that you're one of the king's hand-picked executioners?
You didn't choose this life, any more than I did. Orphans like us don't get a say.
But I'll sure as heck be the one to pay for it. Speaking of which, we need to be more rigorous in the way we identify direct descendants of the Crimson Moon. Someone, it seems, has strong opinions about my future plans. Most likely my marriage in particular.
Your concerns are not unfounded. They've taken out many of our colleagues these past few years, and for that, take care, Ray here of Solnari.
Thanks, Thorkel. Felindis, I never wanted to keep this from you. You're the last person I would ever want to lie to. But that's exactly why the Moonlit Dynasties are a thing of the past. Yet even could that be why I have to get a clear answer from him.
Rerir seems to be very concerned by Vedderfanir's reaction. Vedderfanir and Dainsleif, the Visionary and Twilight Sword. So that's what they were really like. I've investigated this whole area now. Should I try somewhere else? Wait a second. What's this black smoke?
So, he's late after all. Just you wait, Rerir. You're in for it.
Are you waiting for someone, ma'am? Could I tempt you?
Oh, sure. Pick me out a pretty bunch.
Thank you. But I'm afraid none of them are...
For someone so young...
I'm only telling the truth. Look me in the eyes. You'll see I'm not lying. May we have a word in private?
Who are you? And what do you want?
It doesn't matter who I am. Too many of our kind have fallen lately, so I decided to take the risk of reaching out. Not long ago, the Ray here of Solnari led an assault on one of our strongholds. We suffered many casualties, and many who came to our aid lost their lives as well.
Sorry, I don't know why you're telling me this, and I don't want to get involved.
Wait, hear me out. This time we finally got a clear look at his face and learned his true identity. His name is Rerir, and he claims to be one of the King's guards.
What did you say?
A cruel irony, isn't it? The man you're set to marry leads a double life as a brutal executioner.
Why are you telling me all of this?
Simple.
How strange. Rerir couldn't possibly know what happened if he wasn't even there. Why would her memories appear in his fragment? The ceremony won't last much longer. I think it's time to call it a day.
So that was your doing? Did you just pull us inside Rerir's fragment?
Any more questions, and
I had no idea you could do that! I gotta admit, though, I'm itching to see what happens next.
I'm just as curious as you are. But the ceremony only allows for limited time inside. That's all we can see for now. Luckily, we managed to learn quite a lot.
So far, so good. I just hope the others are doing okay, especially the group with the Traveler.
If you're worried about them, go see how they're doing.
If I know Boss, she's gonna need some time to...
nearly 2 days now. These things just won't quit. They might not have seen us yet, but with them constantly sweeping the area, our way out is completely blocked. Oh, that's never gonna... If they spot us, they'll run straight... Quick, hide! We almost got spotted! Phew! That was a close call. Watch out! It's coming this way! Keep going. We're nearly there. This is the final hurdle. Oh, there's no end to these things!
Fire.
Fire? Wait, what's that smell? Oh no! There's a fire!
Sandrone was right. You look weak, Columbina. The old you would never have let such lowly creatures bar your way. Word has it, freedom comes at a heavy price.
It's Arlecchino!
Hello again, Columbina. And greetings, guests of the House of the Hearth.
It's been a while, Arlecchino.
Stupid right here of stupid Solnari. Whatever. I've got all the data I need. He sure doesn't pull his punches.
Excuse me, do you need a hand?
You can do me a favor by staying out of my way. Can't you see I'm busy? Wait a minute. I recognize that voice.
Hello, Miss Sandrone. Father sent us over to help.
How considerate of her. Hey, Fremine, get over here and help me fix this. Lenny, you do your thing. Just keep your sister away from my machines. Nearly every machine that cat girl touches ends up going haywire.
Then let's start downstairs. You've got it.
Wait a second. Pretty sure there's still some tea in the cupboard. If you want some, you'll have to make it...
The criteria for certificate exams are straightforward enough. What it really comes down to is whether you are willing to put in the time. If you study and practice, then it's really not all that difficult.
Little dearie!
I know. There is still I know.
But
did the Lady Moonshine, its family might be.
I know. Does your leg still hurt?
I know. Didn't the Lady Moonshine, when the time comes.
It's a relief to see you all made it back in one piece.
Huh? Feels like
I returned ahead of them. Flint is helping Aino and Anef.
Boss is still wrapping things up on her end. She sent us.
I see. Then let's get. But first, who do we have here? You brought someone else in to help?
Greetings. I was invited here to help as a longtime Tea Party companion of Columbina's. You may call me Arlecchino.
Surely it can't be.
Those eyes. Oh, where have I seen them before? Wait, of course. In those memories we just saw.
The only Arlecchino I know is the fourth of the Fatui Harbingers. So either you share a pretty uncommon name.
You are well informed, Grandmaster. A man from Mondstadt living all the way out here in Nodcry, and yet the people and affairs of Snezhn.
Oh, the feeling's mutual. Sounds like you know all about who I am, too.
A Fatui Harbinger.
The atmosphere in here just got really tense. Guess we can't just start trusting Fatui Harbingers.
I must admit, though, I'm a little curious. Seeing as the moon—
Nor does Nodcry belong to Mondstadt, Mr. Varka. Things don't always have to have a tangible payoff. Sometimes stopping things from Of course, I can't say there's nothing in it for me at all. But that's between Columbina and myself.
Forgive me. I don't mean to doubt you. We have our own way of doing things here and not.
I know there's been a lot of bad blood between us in the past. I've done my That's why I'm here solely in a personal capacity. As a gesture of good faith, I'll be frank. I can help Anyway, what else is on the agenda? Let's begin.
She says she'll be frank, then completely skips over the details. Looks like, but she clearly wants to change the subject. It'd be awkward if I tried to bring it up again now. I guess we'll just have to go along with it. She's the fourth.
Well, since Miss Arlecchino sounds confident in her ability to handle that.
All right, listen up, everyone. First, we now know that Rerir was originally a Conrian secret agent whose primary mission was to hunt down and assassinate the so-called...
The dregs of the Crimson Moon.
Mm-hmm. In the memories, there was a lot of talk about the Crimson Moon and eclipse, and a whole bunch of other stuff from the time of Conria.
To my knowledge, those were the names of 2 different Conrian dynasties. Long, long ago, it is said that the people of Conria worshipped the Crimson Moon, drawing a mysterious power from its reflection. But one day, a coup saw the Crimson Moon eclipsed, hence the name of the new dynasty that replaced it, and how it became...
Still, long after the Crimson Moon dynasty had fallen, the last ruler of the Eclipse dynasty, the Vinster King, still coveted the secrets it left behind. So, in those days, Rerir showed no signs of madness. In fact, he was as normal as any other person. What's the matter?
Stephanie, granddaughter. Flinders.
Interesting. Anything else?
Well, she was a researcher at the Universitas Magistrorum, but it felt like she was hiding some kind of secret.
Oh, and one more thing. For some reason, Rerir's fragment also contains some of Thelindis' memories.
Well, no shortage of potential leads, I'll give you that. In any case, it sounds like we can conclude that while Thelindis was still around, Rerir appeared to be lucid and quite normal. Thelindis, it seems, must have been the one thing in this world that he couldn't let go of. Tell me, though, were these—
Why do you need to know that? Hold on. If she was a pure blood... Oh yeah! Just like how... If we could somehow find her, do you think there's any chance Rerir might regain some of his sanity?
It's possible, but it would take a miracle. We can't pin all our hopes on that. That merchant who never knows, Dory...
Alright then. Let's keep working in our separate Traveler, Paimon, Kutar, and Miss Arlecchino. We'll go look for the iridescent moon's marrow. As for the others...
On the way over here, I noticed that the wild hunt monsters had grown. At this rate, the people living here will be in...
I'll head back to the curatorium.
Feels good knowing we've all got something to be getting on with. Given that the wild hunt has been a lot more active lately, I'll hold the fort for now. Then discuss our next move with Flints, Aino, and Anefa when they get back.
All right then.
Well, the clock's ticking. If that's everything, we'll be on our way.
We'd better get moving too. We'll try to buy you as much time as we can.
Relax. Just do your thing. Now, I decided to call in some backup since things are getting so hairy. Stay safe, everyone. Dismissed.
We're back. Did we get here a little early?
A tad late. The others have already set off. To summarize, our resident moon goddess has found us a new ally, and Boss Nefer has uncovered some promising info. Everything going smoothly on your end?
Not great. I don't know how long we can stall them for. The decoys are getting taken out way faster than we imagined. I'm gonna make some more later, but I need a timeout first. I'm so tired right now. Oh, right! Anefa, could you fill in Uncle Varka on what we just discussed with Flint?
Sure. Uncle Varka, you previously told us about how when you went to investigate a source of the wild hunt in Amsvartnir, you discovered that it was just a diversion. But according to Flint's intel, several outbreaks of the wild hunt had already occurred in Nodcry in the period leading up. That was before Rerir had regained his body, when he was far from regaining his full strength. In other words, in theory at least, he still lacked the means to act in two places.
Flint's, with everything that's been happening, The Lightkeepers across Nodcry are rallying to fight back against the Wild Hunt. They're gonna... I know. I'm sure you're capable of coming up with something far more effective than... And Effa and I will head back over to Amsfarnir to see if there's anything I missed.
I told you Uncle Varka would say that, didn't I? A deal's a deal. Not a word about my snack intake for the next week.
Database updated. Reliability of Aino's prediction.
What?
They were betting on how you'd respond after hearing their
It's the obvious choice, isn't it?
We already decided that Anefa should go investigate the situation over at Amp. Someone needs to hang back and oversee our strategy meetings. And besides...
So I've ended up with the easiest assignment. Well, I appreciate it, everyone. See you when you get back.
Here, this will serve as a good spot to cross.
Arlecchino, hold up a second. Since you brought us all this way, would you mind telling us what you've got planned? We still haven't got the slightest idea what's going on here. And if even Columbina doesn't know where the iridescent moon's marrow is, how do you?
Simple. Because I am an inheritor of the royal bloodline of the Crimson Moon, and one of the last surviving embers of the Two Worlds' flames.
Huh? Are you serious? As in, you're a descendant of that Crimson Moon dynasty we were just talking about? The one from ancient Conria?
Your surprise is understandable. I was also taken aback when I first learned of it. But the more I thought about it, the more I realized the signs had been there all along. When I was young, I discovered I could wield a very special kind of fire. It coursed like blood through my veins and smoldered away inside my nerves. What's more, whenever I experienced strong bursts of emotion or drew too deeply on this power, it was like some kind of presence within the fire would begin to gnaw away at me, consuming me from the inside out. Exactly. That is why my hands are like this, too. At first, I saw it only as a curse, but once I became a harbinger, the jester apprised me of the truth. Together with my own investigations, over the past few years, there are several things that I have gradually come to understand. For instance, take the so-called Crimson Moon. In truth, it is nothing more than the shattered remnants of the iridescent moon, fused with the abyss to prolong its lifespan. Since this blood flame was bestowed upon me by the Crimson Moon, it is a fusion of the iridescent moon's former power and the corruption of the abyss. You all understand the nature of the abyss well enough. I draw upon its power, and in return, it hungers for my soul. This strange blackness is the mark of corruption it has left behind.
If I recall correctly, you once told me that if the corruption ever made it to your heart, you'd become a completely different person.
Yes, and that's the reason I'm always careful not to push my power too far. It's essentially a never-ending tug-of-war.
Whew. Sounds intense.
Anyway, the rest of my story can wait. Is there anything else about the Crimson Moon or the Iridescent Moon that you're unclear about?
Paimon has a question. So, the Crimson Moon that the Carians used to worship was actually the Iridescent Moon, right? Which was one of the three... Does that mean that the Carians were to the Crimson Moon as the Frost Moon?
So much of that history has been lost. We have no way of knowing exactly what they were like, but I would suspect that the Conrians weren't as devout in their moon worship as it might appear. Later on, perhaps someone discovered a way to make direct contact with the Abyss. Or maybe there was some kind of ideological divide. Still, even with the dark sun looming high overhead...
The first time we met, I sensed something familiar in your presence when I looked at you. I felt I could see that mysterious red moon in the corner of my...
Well, I appreciate that you kept it to yourself. Much about the crypt. Anyway, time is against us here, so if there's any other question, I just want to make sure I've got one thing straight. In her letter, Sandrone mentioned that...
That's right. The iridescent moon is already part of who you are.
Deal. Then let's get started.
Get what started? What does this place have to do with the Crimson Moon?
When I first became a harbinger, the jester gave me a book called Paranhari, also known as Leobranto Inamorato. You should be able to buy a copy next time you're in Fontaine. It's a love story set in the Crimson Moon era. But setting aside that in the Crimson Moon era, or so the story goes, there was an orphanage that received...
Beyond the bounds of this world...
The Crimson Moon sages looked beyond this world for beings with powers that surpassed the gods. But fearing they made these children crawl up a fireplace and kept asking them, "Have you died? Did you see it?" Until they finally admitted to having died. The adults embraced the children who passed the ritual. The book leaves much unsaid. But I suspect that...
That explains why I can't sense the Crimson Moon's marrow in this world. It makes sense that it would be sealed...
There's no fireplace here! Do you see a chimney anywhere? Oh, are we supposed to build it ourselves? Okay, fine. Paimon will go find some bricks.
That won't be necessary. The fireplace is purely symbolic. The key to the ritual is crossing the flames between two worlds. In other words, those burned away by such flames leave behind a kind of ghostly afterimage in the world. In short, I can open a path. The catch is I'll need to... Very well. Then I'll open it up.
Traveler, spare me a little more moonlight if you would. Thank you. I feel...
Mistress of the seven hues of ages past, great mother of the present, crimson-clad sovereign of the two realms, by fire severed, by fire renewed, I offer myself now and beseech your descent. One word of advice. As you're crossing over, no matter what voices you hear, do not answer.
Got it!
I sense a sinister gloom inside. But I feel that I am about to meet an old friend who has changed beyond all recognition. All right, let's go.
Is that the abyss?
What a tragic sight.
Careful! There's something spooky about this place, but Paimon's right behind you! Whatever you do! By the way, Kalambina, didn't you tell us that the iridescent moon had shattered into pieces? The moon up there looks pretty whole to Paimon. How is that possible?
Just like I thought. It was only a facade.
Observe, the long sleep beckons.
Huh? Huh? For real?
No. It's coming from under the mountain.
Let's see. Ah! There's some kind of weird shadow over the water. Wait, see that? Huh? Looks like a device from the time of Kalia. Maybe people once came here to study the Crimson Moon's domain, and they left this behind. Oh, if we activate it, we might find some clues. Hey, look at that! Do you think these mechanisms...
Felindis, we'll leave the rest of the research in your hands. We'll be heading back now.
I hope this isn't ruining date night. Ugh. Mind your own business. Just leave me some snacks on the table.
Felindis? Is that Rere's girlfriend? Oh, yeah! So...
The Abyss has made this space maybe that's why some of the things she said and did...
Whenever I see this view, it takes me back to a poem from my childhood. Waning moon, oh lifeless damsel, weeping on the mountain crest. For me, of all people, to be here investigating the mysteries of the Crimson Moon space. Is it a coincidence?
the wind!
Looks like the Abyss has messed up this mechanism. We need to find a way to get it working again. Let's see if there are any other devices nearby.
Dead with me!
One with nature!
Close your eyes. Do you fear the dark?
See. So the moon marrow, or rather the power of the 3 moons, is the key to unlocking. If it really does exist, then maybe this madness can finally be put to an end. With the Abyss inhibitors in place, I should be able to access the chamber with the moon marrow. Oh, Rerir, with every step you take, you're drifting further from what you truly desire. But you're not the root of the problem. Ever since that if only I could get my hands on that outsider.
Reflection is back to normal. Elindis' voice mentioned a chamber with the moon marrow.
It must be. For within it...
And there's no time to... Looks like we'll have to destroy them if we want to get to the iridescent moon's marrow. The iridescent moon's marrow! Oh, we'll need to destroy these things before we can reach it!
Observe.
Wind strike!
Close your eyes. Do you fear the dark, beast?
You want this! Lash attack! We're so close!
Observe. Night falls.
I finally did it! The iridescent moon's marrow. Still burning away like an undying flame. Yet, if we can purify the abyssal power... It's so... cold. Is it you? Are you here? Huh? At long last, I can see you once more. Our fates have crossed. I'm sorry. I lied to you. Even knowing what was to come, the moment the moon shattered, my body began to split apart piece by piece. Like, tell me, what was it that brought you to us all that time ago? You look so puzzled. But trust me when I say that everything happens for a reason. Farewell, Hypo.
What was that all about? It sounded like she was speaking to a long-lost friend.
Perhaps. She took me for the goddess of the frost moon she once knew. For a fading soul like hers, our auras must be too similar to tell.
But anyway, we've got the iridescent moon's marrow now. That should help. Alright. Time to leave this place and meet back up with Arlecchino. That's odd. This place looks different than when we came in.
Waning moon. Huh? Oh, lifeless damsel.
Oh. Hurry! The place is collapsing!
It wants to trap us here.
Who's it? The abyss?
Now we've taken the moon marrow. All that's left here is a dark will. It will show us no mercy.
fall. Witness my rise. What are you waiting for?
We made it! Was that you, Arlecchino? Did you save us? Wait, your hands!
Oh, this? Don't worry. It's a small price to pay. The Abyss wanted to trap you inside, and I defied its will by bringing you out. No wonder it's a little angry. No. I have paid the price, albeit a small one, and it cannot be undone. My hands have already
Oh.
As much as I'd like to call it a favor, the truth is I was simply holding up my—
Yes, you did your part. And as promised, I will leave the iridescent moon's marrow in your care.
I'll take that as a blessing. Now, call him— Feeling stronger?
Hey, Columbina!
By the Frost Moon's authority alone, wielding the power of the other moons was always going to be a
It's still not just one more ray of moonlight. It's okay.
How about now? Fighting fit?
At the very least, I want to see him gone from Not Cry.
Well, it's good to have— When I first met you, you didn't strike me as a ray of moonlight. More like a wisp of fog. But now, you're full of vitality. Just like the Frost Moon, once the brightest—
Thank you. Look after yourself too, Arlecchino. But whatever you're after, don't let the Abyss take a hold of you. I do not wish to see you go down.
I appreciate the concern, Columbina.
A new name.
Kutar, the Moon Maiden, Columbina. We often use code names in the House of the Hearth, too. But it's knowing your real name that keeps you grounded. Up till now, all I'll say is this. Once you've defeated Rerir— All right, that's—
You're the best!
I appreciate the gesture. It's—
It was a close call, but we got the iridescent moon's marrow and restored Columbina's strength. And that's all that matters. In other words, mission accomplished. Paimon wonders how everyone else is doing.